Where's the boss at though? Which one is the boss in? Oh, he's in that one. I was hoping he was here. I would have deleted him off the chopper. Let's get cracking, baby. Oh, I like that, cabron. You like that, cabron? Alright.
System restored. System disrupted.
That's just too much DPS, bro.
System curtailed. System back online.
That's just too much DPS. Alright, this is the third build I wanted to try. It's an evolution of another build that I made a while ago. And since we have the new Mosquito revamped, I think that it's the perfect weapon. Try this on. My first time trying it here. My first, I didn't even fire a gun, fire anything, so we'll see. Wow, my goodness, I did not know what was gonna happen. Let's go. Go ahead. Take that armor damage, baby. Take that armor damage and give me my armor back. Get shot from behind. Not ideal. Not ideal. If I survive this, it's the GOAT. Let's go. Let's go. All talk? What you mean? I'm talking, bro. The elite enemies, they shoot your head. Even this guy, right? It's okay though. Everybody get. Hold on, I can't put. Oh no! Everybody got the sickness. Let's go. Let's go. You're not taking me out like that, bro. Hold on, man. Oh, you need some more armor coming over to me like that. No problem. Oh my goodness, yo, like this is crazy. So if you're having a hard time in even heroic, because I know some people who say they have hard time in heroic even, but do you see that I'm doing this in legendary? Could you imagine? Could you imagine heroic? Matter of fact, hold on. Look at that, look at that, look at the other one taking damage. Oh. Oh. Nope, don't do it.
Okay, day 3 of the PTS is here and it's almost over. I think it ends on the 23rd or something like that, but I've been really diving deep these past couple of days because I didn't want to miss out on anything. Testing out the weapons, the gear, the different functionalities added to certain rifles, and other effects. Furthermore, I was in a lab heavy and created 3 insane builds. And usually when I make builds, it requires a lot of tests in legendaries and heroics to see where they fare, see how good they are. But when I made these builds, no lie, the first time that I used them in a legendary, I ran through it like it was nothing. The second time, same thing happened. I just continued the onslaught. Then the third one felt like the icing on the cake. And in this video, I wanted to show you the most broken new buffs and reworks for certain weapons like the Mosquito, and actually a build that I made with that, which is really crazy. With these buffs, I wanted to show you how to prepare for Seasons 2.0, when this thing actually releases. Because here's what's coming: Manhunt Scouts. Manhunt Scouts is a new system that drives the game's narrative by requiring players to complete weekly activities, and they're rewarded with equipment, XP, materials, etc. And each week players can tackle a new scout, which consists of 3 different activities. These activities will vary, and they're trying to change up the manhunt narrative because it's very redundant usually. People were getting tired of it, but I think this is just going to be another iteration of it. I don't think it's going to be that different, but we'll see. Anyways, by the end of the season, completing all scouts unlocks the manhunt climax missions. This is what you're going to need these builds for, because finishing that unlocks the master climax mission. Master is not like legendary, it's not like heroic, it's something different entirely, and that just remains to be seen. But with that, let's talk about one of the first crazy buffs that I wanted to go over, and that's this awesome new exotic holster called Centurians Scabbard. This thing is amazing, alright? It has some great attributes. First of all, weapon handling and critical hit chance, and the talent is called Counter. Where you swap weapons, it'll give you, in the following order, a group of bonuses, one by one. 20% rate of fire, 20% weapon damage, and the second one is 50% magazine, 50% reload speed. This is just great. When you swap weapons, it's just a normal occurrence in video games, especially shooters. You're going to have usually a primary weapon that you're using and a secondary weapon that synergizes well with it. So with this, you'll be able to get some great bonuses while doing so. Now, one of my builds I made has this holster in it, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to show any builds in this video. I already showed 2 builds in my previous 2 videos, so I'm just going to save those to when the patch rolls out. I'm going to show you then, as I normally do, because I made 3 of them. But this holster made me reminisce of a build that I made a long time ago, where it's centered around getting insane weapon damage bonuses and other bonuses simply for swapping your weapons. And I keep saying that I'm not really that fond of the new gear set or the brand set. What they do is okay, the talents, but I don't like the attributes that they come with. Weapon handling, a little bit of weapon damage, and something else. It's not really appealing enough for me to give it a shot. But another crazy broken buff that was added to this game is this new exotic assault rifle. First of all, the variant that is based on is the FAL, which hits hard already, and it was pretty much a weapon that became meta with the spotter pulse era. This one specifically is called Strega, which is translated from Italian as witch. And the logo has like this witch. A nerve killing an enemy will apply a mark on every enemy within 20 meters. And I was using this in the legendary mission. You saw that battlefield light up with these marks. So everybody got the curse, and the damage was multiplying like crazy because multiple marks can be applied on the same enemy, and dealing 15% amplified damage per mark to marked enemies. So the more enemies you kill, the more damage you're going to build up. The weapon mods are pretty dope too. 20 rounds, 5% crit chance, 5% crit damage. I think that could be increased a little bit more, but honestly, if they do, it might be too OP. And you got a little bit of weapon handling. And I have to say that this weapon, I said it before, to me it was better than the Eagle Bearer. And some people looked at me like I was crazy in the comment section saying, better than the EB, stop playing. But you know, everybody has a preference. I like to be a little bit more tactful with the way that I take down enemies, and this fits right into my wheelhouse. This new assault rifle called Strega is really good, to say the least. And the build that I made with it is quite impressive, and I can't wait to show you that one. Another broken talent that they've added to this game is the named version of Versatile. And this is significant because usually when they have named pieces of gear, sometimes you can't justify using that named piece over the regular piece. Like, here's an example, right? Providence has a named version of the talent Vigilance. And what Vigilance does is that it grants you 25% weapon damage, but if you get shot, it disables it for 4 seconds. What the named version does, it just reduces that time limit by 1 second. So it doesn't really give you that much justification to use the named version. Aside from that, the name is pretty cool, the gift. But that's not the case with this Perfect Versatile at all, because it gives you 10% more damage. And I think that's justifiable enough to use. And here's what it does. Whenever you switch weapons between your primary and secondary, it gives you an amplified damage bonus depending on the weapon. So for shotguns and SMGs, it'll give you 45%. For rifles and marksman rifles, it'll give you 40%. For assault rifles and LMGs, 15%, and so on and so forth. But every one of these bonuses is significantly less than the ones that's on the normal version of Versatile. And I just love this talent in general. It's just a great talent. You're always going to be swapping between weapons left and right, depending on what strategy you want to use mid-combat. Another crazy addition or broken addition to this whole TU-22 thing is the fact that they've added an automatic firing mechanism to the rifles. And I think this is really an outlandish move by the developers. At this point, I think they just did something to promote shock value and have people buzzing to play the game, because this game has been out for 6 years, man. And at this point, we need a new installment. We do. And they're working on it. So they have to do something to create some shock value in order for us to play this game. And I think this is a perfect example of them doing that, because I don't really think personally rifles should be automatic. The fact that rifles hit harder, they require precision in order to take down your target. I take pride in doing that. Back in the day when I used my Urban Legend build, I was destroying cats in the dark zone with that. And I was using a semi-automatic weapon, using my own skill to beam their heads and take them down. When you add an automatic aspect to a rifle, it dilutes that whole concept. But I mean, it's all good. At least I was able to feel that during that time. I'm saying that because it's really crazy with all the different fire rate buffs that you can get from Umbra or the Scabbard Centurion holster, where you switch weapons, you get a rate of fire bonus. There are a lot of ways to increase this rate of fire even more. So you're going to be getting essentially a rifle with rifle damage that has the fire rate of an assault rifle. I think that's pretty crazy, right? And it's actually broken because you can see it in action. Level C, the lightweight M4, the urban MDR, even some marksman rifles. Oh yeah, one more thing. The Mosquito song, the new talent that is on the Mosquito Exotic Pistol, that's a great rework that they did for this weapon. They essentially took the 40% armor damage that you get with Sledgehammer and put it on the Mosquito. So you can no longer get 40% damage from all sources with the Sledgehammer. If you throw that grenade and hit the enemy, then you're the only one who's gonna gain 40% armor damage. But on the Mosquito, when you hit the enemy, it applies stacks. And these stacks are shared between players if there are multiple. And it says this will make the enemy forcefully target the last player to apply the stacks, and they'll take 40% more armor damage from all sources. And by the way, I put 6% damage to armor on my Mosquito to get even more. But man, if you just look at this gameplay, you'll see how crazy this is. This is one of the builds I made also. Out of the three, it's a reiteration or like a hybrid version of two builds that are popular on YouTube. And I can't wait to show you that one either. But this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. I just wanted to highlight the broken buffs and new additions to this game and let you know how to prepare for the release of Title Update 22. Anyways, that'll do it for this one. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comment section. And if you want to see a video where I'm playing a heroic mission using the Strega, the new assault rifle, the exotic assault rifle, there's some legendary content and a heroic mission. You can check that out right now to see actually how good that weapon is and see the full review. I appreciate you stopping by and watching to the end. And if this video helped you out in any way, make sure you like it and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'll see you in the next one. Be right out.